Harp Music. Heavenletter number 6029. May 28, 2017. The world complicates. Heaven is simple. No complications here. Honest to God, heaven isn't a court of law as courts are known in the land in which you live. Heaven is not out to entrap you in the sense that the world might. Oh, yes, heaven is out to recruit you. This is not against your will. This is your will. Heaven can be referred to as a state of love. How everyone in the world yearns for this. Heaven is indeed your will. And it is mine. The love doesn't have to be romantic. Nor do you have to see heaven prettied up. Harp music is fine, yet your heart may not be thrilled at the thought of harp music. Heaven is a state of consciousness. It isn't one size fits all. If the piano is your favorite instrument, heaven will accommodate you. Heaven is not pie in the sky. Heaven is the real goods. It is my honest truth, yet heaven doesn't have to be taken literally, you understand. I speak of how you think about heaven and how you feel about heaven. Your picture of heaven is your picture of heaven. In heaven, there are not the constraints that fill the world like hopping toads, one after the other. In heaven, you have the license to love all. This is not a law. It is a fact. Heaven is, indeed, your dream come true. In heaven, you are in the company of the wise, and you are one of the wise. Heaven is not your imagination. Heaven is real, and heaven welcomes you and blesses you. Heaven is at ease. Heaven doesn't put on a performance. You are not graded in heaven. You are loved, and you know joy. We could say you are overjoyed, yet that doesn't say enough. It is more reflective of heaven to say that your joy knows no bounds. Do you see the difference, my dear ones? Heaven accommodates you. Heaven does not have to be filled with cherubs. Heaven doesn't have to be without cherubs either. Heaven doesn't have to be boring or routine. Of course, heaven is definitely not a war zone. Heaven doesn't have to be exciting. Heaven does not have to overwhelm you. Heaven is your birthright. Heaven is a matter of course. Heaven is your place of birth. You come from heaven, and you are heaven born. Heaven is your place of being. No one is without heaven. But, yes, you may well be distracted. It is possible to drive a car and live life and yet be asleep and not know where you are. You can drive through anywhere and think you are somewhere else. Where you irrevocably are is with me. With me is heaven. You may not realize this now, yet there is nowhere you can be that is without me. There is not a moment you can be without me. This is impossible. You may have sold yourself another bill of goods. You may see a different terrain. For you to be in my sight is my happiness. Whatever you may temporarily feel, having me in sight is unqualifiedly your happiness. Only you may be sleeping your happiness away. You come with an absolute guarantee. Heaven will dawn in front of you even as heaven exists within you now. The dawn will come. Heaven will fill your heart. The existence of heaven will dawn upon you. You will know me, and you will know heaven as your mainstay. So is it written. So it is. I claim you as mine. I declare our oneness to be true. I declare that there are no alternatives, except in the wild stories you tell yourself. Channeled by Gloria Wendroff. Heavenletters.org